Let's see. Looking halfway crazy, y'all. All right, so we're live. For everybody who's gonna watch the playback, welcome to my channel. My name is Shay. For all of you who do not know, do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys for tuning in here and seeing what we're talking about on this channel. I have a few things that I want to talk about, husband. I got a few things I want to talk about.
All right.
What did I title this?
Has the internet brought out the worst in people?
Yeah, that's funny. All right, so hi Amelia. Listen, Amelia, I am in a battle with procreation, and procreation is kicking my butt. Like, I am feeling every bit of everything. How are you?
True that. You're making us feel it right along with you.
I am feeling every ounce of pregnancy.
Very true.
Every single bit of it.
Well, we're almost there, y'all.
Almost there.
Got,
Two more months.
Nah.
Not even.
Not 2 more months.
7 weeks.
Yeah.
We got 7 weeks left. Hi, JR. Yeah, we got 7 weeks left, and I'm just trying to keep it together.
Yep, we're almost there. We're going through now where she's, growing in the front so much that her back is now really hurting.
Oh my gosh, my back is aching so bad.
It's a struggle every night.
I feel like I even look pregnant right now in the face.
And
I didn't before.
No.
Hi, Miss Vicky.
Really.
Hi, Promise.
Not really.
Y'all, I got bigger. Should I show them?
Good.
Should I show them?
Yeah. You can show them.
Y'all want to see this? Before we get into our topics, I want to show y'all because I told y'all I was going to keep y'all posted, but I cannot believe I'm this big, y'all. This is crazy.
You gotta kind of...
Oh. Okay, can you see? And I still have the nerve to have 7 weeks left. Like, excuse me? It's not like the baby's not done growing. Like, that's crazy. It's the audacity for me. So anyways, I'm feeling every bit of pregnancy. Like, every bit. I'm super exhausted all the time. So I haven't been on YouTube in 5 days. I've been keeping it consistent, but for the last 5 days, I've been busy.
Oh, thank you.
Aw, thank you, Amelia. You know what? We're gonna count that as a baby shower gift.
Yep.
So we'll go and get the baby.
Some
I don't know, some diapers or
and wipes.
Yeah, or wipes, or
those are always in demand.
Or some little onesies, because like they poop up the back.
Yep.
And everything.
Oh man, I forgot how hard it is having a little baby. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, they poops up the back.
Dang.
I ain't forget. Do you normally have big babies? My daughter was 7'4". My son was 8'3". So yes.
Yeah.
But my back, y'all, I can't believe it. But anyway, so if you want to get into these, thank you so much. That was, oh my God, we got a baby shower gift.
Yep.
Even though I'm not having a baby shower.
So, now to the topic. Has the internet brought the worst out in people? So, this is based on all these pastors that are getting all these videos taken of them during service, saying the craziest things. Calling out people that because they're not buying them, their congregation isn't buying them things.
Oh my goodness. So I've been posting those videos. Earlier I post one and the pastor was just completely out of line. I don't know if you guys saw that, but not even just the pastors.
People in
Let's
general.
talk about just people in general first.
Okay.
Has the internet really brought out the worst in people? I'm gonna answer. I'm gonna give my answer real quick because I want to make this a short. So
right.
has the internet brought out the worst in people? I'm gonna say 100%. I feel like this new generation of internet people and internet users, like I feel like they sell their souls to be seen for attention,
Yeah.
getting their bodies done, compromising their morals. You know what I mean? Just like it's all bad. Now, has the internet done some good? Absolutely. You know, it's produced businesses.
It's brought millions of people together.
It's brought people, first generation business owners. You know, that was birthed through the internet and all that stuff. But it's really rough out here.
Yeah, it's gotten to the point where
As far as the internet.
everything that people do now somehow revolves around the internet. Especially the younger generation.
It's what they do. Like,
They can't do anything without worrying about putting it online.
so much to the point where if there's a issue, a conflict, if there's something going on, they won't help the person in need.
No, they'll pull their phone
They'll
out.
pull their phone out.
Or how about all these people that are like filming themselves killing people?
Oh my gosh.
The baby
father?
father who killed the wife or girlfriend in, yeah, I showed you that clip where he killed her and he was like, "Oh, it was a little bit ago."
I do remember. I do
Yeah.
remember he killed his wife and then he killed his baby mother too.
Yeah.
I remember that. But recently there was a father on Facebook Live with his 3 children. And I guess his baby mother cheated on him and he had all 3 of those babies and he was screaming at them that he was going to kill them. He's like, "I'm about to kill them." And the kids
Ooh.
are like, "Hold on.
Right.
I can't believe you didn't see this."
No, I didn't see that.
It was too much. It was just too much for me to even handle. But he gets on live, and sure enough, he starts killing his children,
Oh, that's crazy.
all 3 of them, and then himself.
Well, that's an unstable person.
All because of she cheated on him with his friend.
Dang. Well,
But what
Ooh.
the kids got to do with any of that?
right.
Like, bro, like
Right.
the internet is really has its pros and its cons.
Yep.
But people are really,
It's gotten crazy.
yeah, I seen.
And it's changed our lives permanently.
Mm-hmm.
Forever. Like, it'll never go back to the way it was in the 80s and 90s and the early
The good days,
2000s.
man, what?
It'll never go back there.
And don't it feel like when the internet wasn't around, time was slower?
Absolutely.
Like, as a kid, it felt like summers were
Lasted
forever.
Forever.
It was like, we here, we're there,
Yep.
you know, at your cousin's houses and all of this
And
stuff.
nobody's worrying about pulling out a phone to document any of it.
And it felt like forever.
Right.
This summer, the kids were off. It flew so fast.
Yep.
Now we're back at the beginning of school year.
Yep.
And it's like, whoa, where did the time go?
Everything has quickly changed.
Hold on, we got comments.
And it's bringing out the worst in people. It's bringing out the ugly side. It's bringing out the greed. It's
Them
bringing out
demons.
the envy. It's bringing out the jealousy. How many times has a man cheated on his wife because of Facebook? You going online, it starts off as something innocent.
Or
you
not
looking
even-
around, and then the next thing you know, you making terrible choices.
But not even that. Like all of the men that refuse to get married just because they know what's out there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's
And in reality, there's really nothing out there.
right. In reality, you would never be able to touch them women.
No.
Not them ones. And if you did, you wouldn't want to like.
Listen, at
The
the end of the
chances
day,
of you marrying them is
but
very slim to none.
those girls, like, do you really want to marry a woman who's showing off her body to everybody and is constantly having to show pieces of her body for money,
Yeah.
for clicks, for likes,
Mm-hmm.
for... Is that the woman you want to marry?
Right.
Like, that's not supposed to be for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how it's supposed to go.
But again, like selling their souls, young women are now conforming to this I need to be naked thing.
Oh yeah, young girls.
I need to show everything.
Even if you go into the store now and you go into a kid's clothing store, the clothes are smaller.
Yeah.
There's belly shirts for children.
Yeah, it is. I
There's
saw that.
these like there's these small itty bitty
Like,
things that
excuse me.
Yeah, for
Not
children.
mine. You get punched in the throat wearing a belly shirt in this house.
Listen,
Pow.
you are.
But
I wish she would.
wouldn't even try it.
Wish she'd try it.
Okay, so you have a couple of comments. You want to read the comments?
Nigel said it, and it's now people want everybody to see, and it's all about me. People want to be seen by everybody but God.
Come on.
Amelia
People,
said,
pleasers of men.
yeah.
Yeah. Every decision that they make, every move that they make, every thing that they accomplish, they do it to be acknowledged by people.
Yep.
And
It's a seeking approval type situation. Instead
exactly.
of doing what is best for you, you are now trying to think of what makes me look the best.
right, and what will get me the likes.
Right.
What will get me the congratulations.
Yep.
And we've gotten to a point where it's just like, will we ever go back to
It never.
morals?
It will never happen
or-
again.
Like,
See, but what's crazy is history has a way of repeating itself.
mm-hmm.
What goes around always comes back around. Mm-hmm. And eventually we'll get back to a point where things collapse and fall.
right.
Like the way life is right now isn't sustainable.
No.
You can't live like this
Very
forever.
unstable. Mm-hmm.
And it's even financially. People are leveraging credit, and people are they're just
For the internet.
just for the internet. Just to
Talk
look
about
good.
it. Going in complete debt.
Right.
Like, oh, I'm just gonna
Just so they can post.
buy this car
Right.
or even rent this vehicle. Because
Yep.
a lot of them I rented.
Yep.
I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna rent this. I'm gonna put it on my credit, only so that I can put it on the internet.
Right.
Like, the internet has really driven people to the crazy point. Like,
you know
it's getting
what?
crazy out here.
Promise just said something. This is crazy that you just said this because I was thinking this. Now I'm gonna watch this. Promise says, I honestly hate the over nakedness, and they call it freedom. But are you really free if you have to be naked to be seen? Listen, this
on.
isn't freedom. It's bondage. If this is the way that you're living your life in order for you to feel, anybody try it because you are going to feel the shackles on you in order for me to be seen and liked and I have to take these clothes off. It's not freedom. And if normal people try to do it, you slowly start slipping into this situation where now you are in bondage. And there's no way of getting out of it.
And bondage as in, you're going to do whatever for that money.
Yep.
And that's where the bondage part comes in. And when you start doing whatever for money, you're going to get punished for the whatever you're doing for money. Like, again, they're making prostitution like a trendy thing. You know what I mean? It's not like the prostitution we see.
Yeah.
In the hood.
Yep.
It's not like that. But online, these young girls
Oh, it's the same exact thing, though.
are dealing with, yeah, it is.
It's the same thing.
Same thing, different ballpark.
Yep.
Different class of
Yep.
people. Stop it. And so, they're getting with these professional athletes
Yep.
and, whatever, investment bankers. I don't know. They're getting with these people with money and they're doing any and everything.
Yep.
And that's the bondage.
Yep.
Because guess what? You have to now keep up with your lifestyle. You
And-
now have to keep up with your car payments.
Let's talk about the pastors that are going up in the pulpit and just saying craziness
Saying
because
anything.
they see people filming them. They know they're getting recorded. If they know that if somebody in the seats aren't recording it, they're recording it.
For themselves.
And they start saying these crazy things
Right.
in order to get attention.
to go viral.
That's all it is.
Or doing crazy things like spitting in your hand,
Yeah.
wiping it on a grown man's face.
Right. It's
Yeah.
all to try to do the most outrageous thing to get people to look.
And I don't like that. Like, I don't know. These pastors really been making me sick to my stomach and
Actually, I'm loving it because they are
exposing
exposing
themselves.
themselves. They are literally showing y'all who they really are.
And it's up to the sheep. Like, it's up to the sheep of God to be like, okay, enough is enough. Why do I even go to this church? You know what I mean? And that is the point and the purpose of my channel.
But the problem is people's minds have been twisted now, and now they show up just to see the mess.
Oh, messy, messy.
Now
messy.
they're gonna show up just to see what crazy thing he does today.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason why they go. They're not going to learn. They're not going to worship. They're
Right.
not going for any of that. They're going there
To play
for the
church.
show.
Right.
It's literally a movie. And let's see what
happens
kind of
today.
craziness. He said this and that last week. Let's see what's he has to top it every week.
Right. What's
You
gonna
have to
fly
do-
out his mouth
right.
this week?
You have to do bigger than you did the week before. Nobody's going to care anymore. So it just progressively gets worse and worse.
And so this is the point of my channel. Like, from day one, I have always like been like, okay, this is what is expected of someone who says they're a pastor, according to the Bible, not my own opinion. Like, I
Right.
never brought my own opinion on this channel, but according to the Bible, this is what you're supposed to do. This is what you're not supposed to do.
Right.
This is how you're supposed to present yourself. This is how you're not.
Yeah.
This is how you're supposed to treat God's sheep. You're not supposed to rob God's sheep. You know what I mean? Like, I've always made that distinction, and I've been getting irritated lately because of my Camille, what is her name? I don't know. The video that I made about the werewolves.
Oh yeah.
I've been getting so much like pushback, and I don't care. Like, I said what I said, but you know, people are really like, you know, she is a real woman of God and all of these things, and it's like, you're not even watching the video, for one.
Right.
I didn't say she wasn't.
Right.
But at some point, we have to stop being so spiritual that we actually use common sense.
Yeah.
When you mean to tell me, you telling me that God told you that a mythical character, a made up fictional character, is a fallen angel, I'm going to tell you you're wrong every time. Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
fallen angels, aka demons, they're also known as demons.
Yep.
They possess people.
Absolutely.
In the Bible, they possessed animals.
Yep.
They did not possess mythical creatures.
Right.
And people, you know, something that was made up.
Right.
Like on X-Men.
Right.
Wasn't he a werewolf?
Yeah.
X-Men. Like,
Wolverine. He was a
yeah, Wolverine. Like,
He's not a
Oh.
werewolf.
but
Close.
that's what it looks.
Yeah.
It looks
yeah,
like
yeah,
that,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But like, at some point, everybody's so deep. Like, it's not that deep.
But
Use
people-
your common
But
sense.
the problem is people want to try to seem like they're smarter than what they really are.
Yeah.
So then they start saying all these crazy things, thinking that they're showing their intelligence, but in reality they're showing the opposite.
Yeah, like, there was this comment. He's like, you know, I'm really sick of her. Talking about me. She always got something to say about people. And it's like, I never, ever, not once on this channel, ever attacked anybody's character. I have always called you out on what it is that you're saying that you are. If you say you're a prophet, then okay.
Show
I'm gonna see if you're really about that life.
Right.
Because if you are, there's certain things and evidences that you should be able to provide
Right.
according to the Bible.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, you're not fooling me, and I'm not gonna allow you to fool other people, and that's why I make the videos
Yeah.
that I make. You know?
Well, but see the
But the
problem
people,
is
they
it's
just-
yeah, but
don't know.
those are fans. Those are
Right.
fans of the person. So they're and believe it or not, YouTube has made everybody in a form of a celebrity somewhat. So they're now defending. They're not defending anything. They're defending their favorite celebrity.
They're not defending what she said or
Right.
he said.
They're
They're defending
fans.
the person.
Yeah, they're fans.
Yeah.
So you
That's
know
facts.
you have to look at it like that. And listen, there are not. I hate to say this, but there are not very many bright people out there. There are some very, very stupid people, and they're happy in their stupidity. And so for them to be able to go, oh well, you know, you're saying so. Listen, I've never once been in a I've only seen you call out the craziness. If somebody's doing something right or doing something good, I see you saying something good about it.
But not even that. Like, I don't attack people's character. Like, if you get caught,
No, but
you know,
I
in
sure
some
will.
sort of scam that doesn't have to do with the church, I'm not gonna report on it. If you're, you know, if you're like, if you are a pastor and you get caught doing things with young children and young boys,
But you should be
I'm
called
gonna
out
make
on
the
it.
video about that.
Yeah, you
right.
should.
Like,
And your name should be plastered everywhere.
and it's never like a character issue. Like when people sin, like with John Gray. John Gray got caught so many times cheating on his wife.
Right.
And I've never made a video about that. I've mentioned it, but it's because we all sin.
Yeah.
That's not the issue.
But see, no,
But
I'm not. No,
but wait,
no, no,
pause,
no, no.
husband, pause.
No.
But when John Gray is getting caught in a scheme where he's stealing millions of
But you're
dollars from
wrong.
God's people,
You're wrong.
how am I
Because
wrong?
when you sign up for that, and you're saying this is I am going to lead people.
Yeah.
Then a higher form is expected out of you. You are
Absolutely.
supposed to live your life better than everyone else.
And that's the
so there
things that
should
I
be
say in
zero
those
cheating.
videos. And that's the things that I say in those videos. But I'm not like, oh, you know, he's a dirtbag, or you know what I mean? Like
But you
bashing
are.
people.
But you should.
Husband, stop. No, I'm not gonna call anybody a dirtbag or anything or call names. But what I'm saying is in those videos, that's the type of things that I say. And what I do say is that you always have to have the Holy Spirit when you are dealing with God's people in that manner. If you're calling yourself a pastor, you have to submit your flesh to God.
Exactly.
That's
So
the
you
things that I
shouldn't
say.
even be a pastor.
Husband, you're missing the point on what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I don't like bash people the way that people say that I do.
I know. I understand that. I get that.
But I'm making that clear on this live, like, because people, you know, look at my lives.
I get that.
Okay.
I understand all that. But what I'm saying
Like,
to
I don't
you is,
ever attack anybody's character. Is what I'm saying. But I'll direct people's attention to what you should be doing
I get that.
as a pastor.
I know that.
Okay.
But what I'm saying to you is that if you are out here and you are cheating on your wife and you are calling yourself a pastor, there should be a video made about it.
Yeah.
Because you are not. I'm sorry, but here I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna put it in a term for me. Okay, this is the way I see things. There's an NFL team, right?
Mm-hmm.
The one person you pay the most money to is who?
The quarterback.
And you expect him to be the utmost squeaky. Look at this Deshaun Watson thing. They're dragging him because of the thing. Now, what he did, was it wrong? Yes. But and it shouldn't be done by anybody, but especially the face of your franchise.
Mm-hmm.
We are Bills fans. Josh Allen is our guy. We gave him $250 million, and you know what you see from him in Buffalo? He goes to church. He lives the squeaky cleanest life of it because he knows that this is what I signed up for. I play this position. I get paid very well for it.
Mm-hmm.
I need to be above reproach on everything.
Mm-hmm.
You never hear greasy things about him in Buffalo.
Exactly.
You hear things about other players,
Mm-hmm.
especially when we lived around the situation, and you'd hear the little gossipy things.
Mm-hmm.
You never hear it ever about him. It should be the same thing with these pastors.
Exactly,
If you're
which is
signing-
why I made the channel.
I know, but what I'm saying to you is it should be about the character.
Yeah.
But the character also, cheating on your wife is a character flaw.
Yeah, it is.
It's an issue.
It's a character issue.
It should be brought up.
Yeah, and I said I'll bring up certain situations, but I'm not gonna bash him because I also know that as long as we're in our flesh, we can fall. Do you understand that? I'm not ever going to attack anybody's I'm not gonna attack anybody.
Let me ask you a question.
But I will tell the truth.
Right or wrong, I could easily get up in front of a whole bunch of people and be a pastor. Right or wrong?
Right.
Could I not?
Yeah.
I could tell you exactly what you want to hear. And I could tell, I could very easily get those collection plates full, but I don't. Why don't I? Because I know my issues and flaws and all my problems. So I know, oh, even though I could, doesn't mean I should. And that's the problem with these people. They know that they can, but they still go ahead and do it, and they still are in their scumbag role.
Right. And then you know what? Like, again, I don't approach things from a he's a blah blah, because there's a whole bunch of pastors that I could call out on that homosexual spirit, but I don't. You get what I'm saying? It's those types of things I'm gonna just keep, because I have to be accountable for what I say.
Exactly.
I have to be accountable if my flesh is in these videos. You get what I'm saying? Like, I can't be like, oh, he's a, you know what I mean? He's a whatever. He does this and this and this and this with men, and you know what I mean? Even though I can look at someone and tell that that's what you do.
So do you feel like, okay, you know all these pastors are doing all these things. Don't you feel as if they should be being called out and something being said about it?
There's videos of pastors that I've made, and I know that they are gay men.
Yeah.
But I don't talk about that part because that's above me. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm gonna call out the part that sheep of God can benefit from.
But
If
you
you-
don't think they should be, but they could benefit from knowing, okay, this guy's.
If you're not aware, if you're not taking heed to the fact that I'm saying he's robbing y'all, and you still don't leave that church, what is me saying he's a homosexual
Yeah, okay.
gonna do?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, there's a very thin line on YouTube between telling the truth and being messy.
Right.
I will
Okay.
never cause that type of confusion. Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so that's why.
I feel like these pastors, they just want to be famous now. They want their name in everyone's mouth. It's all for money. I mean, in a vast majority. I can't tell you the last pastor I came across that I didn't look and go, oh, he's a good guy. Like, I can't tell you. And we've been through a whole bunch of, like, we've seen a whole bunch of them come and go. And there's not one where I'm like, oh, this is definitely this guy's calling. Like, every single one of them.
Oh yeah, you can tell the ones that just go.
Like, yeah.
Like you weren't sent.
And now I'm sitting here trying to
You
think,
just went.
okay, are you here for the show? Or are you here to actually to help people? Like, even the church as a whole now. Are you here for the show? Or are you here to heal the sick?
And they're more than likely there for the show. Like, yeah, but I don't know. I can only do my part. That's it. I see things and I speak about it.
And that's what I was trying to make the point that you should be calling, like, when somebody sits there and goes, oh, well, is she calling, she's always talking about somebody. I've never seen you just randomly get up and go, oh, I'm going to make a video about this person because I just don't like them.
Right. And you know what? I also make sure that people can't say, oh, she just gossip. I don't gossip about anything or
Right.
anybody.
Everything
It's
that
facts.
is facts.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and if I'm reporting messy things,
But there
then
should
I'm
be no
again
mess. In,
held accountable.
there never should be a leader of a church. The word mess and pastor should never go together.
Yeah.
Those are two words that
Scandal.
just don't miss. Yeah.
And pastor.
Right.
And that seems to be the new thing. Like, pastors really getting besides themselves.
Yeah.
And it's because they're not really pastors.
Right.
That's number one. Like,
Right.
you're not really a pastor. That's why your name is in the blogs.
Yep.
That's why you're going viral for what you're saying out of your mouth. You don't have no control over your tongue, because what are you talking about?
Right.
How you getting mad at your congregation? That's not even your
I know where you're
congregation.
going. No, he said my sons and daughters. He said I'm going to talk now to my cheap sons and daughters.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's an.
Oh,
Who are you talking
So
to?
you're the father?
Yeah. That's completely
That's where
against God's word.
now we're
too.
talking about that Movado Watch pastor.
Mm-hmm.
In the end of it, he goes, when before they cut off the video, he goes, now I'm going to talk to my cheap sons and daughters.
Yeah, like how you mad at people who do not belong to you?
Right.
Them souls don't belong to you.
At all.
Who do you think you are? And listen, so them people don't belong to you. You can't afford your own Movado watch.
Right.
You can't afford your own watch, period.
Right.
Like, what are you talking about?
And then he goes, this
How y'all
watch could be
honoring
bought
me?
at Sam's Club.
He
Like,
said,
bro.
he said, y'all cheap, broke, busted, and disgusted.
Yeah. You trying
I
to
can
get
tell
something.
by how y'all honoring me.
Right.
Who are you?
Right.
Who exactly are you? Like, I don't see how people sit through stuff like that. Like, I could not.
No, in that situation, that place should be empty.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, if people doing stuff like this is not gonna make you leave that church,
Right.
and I can tell you have a spirit on you,
Yep.
what is me saying they gonna do?
Yep. That's crazy.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Like to
Bro.
sit up there and expect anything from these people. When you're there, you should be saying, you know what, this is what I'm doing to get into heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Not what can I get from these people while I'm trying to, like there should
Like, are
never
you
be a
kidding me?
situation. Now, I think that everybody, we're business owners. We feel like everybody should be paid properly for their time. If you're in a situation and you're in a church where, the church pays like the drummer $50.
yes.
The guitarist, I can understand.
Oh, we got
that.
some.
But when you're sitting up there and expecting gifts, and listen, this
Like,
this
who do you
one
think you are?
this one person sat there during offering with a bucket under his feet
Yeah, he
and
did.
wanted people to throw money at his feet
Because that's what they did in the Bible.
because that's what they did in his and then
But you
he
don't
would,
do nothing about what an apostle is supposed to do. So.
like what
and then you pocket it.
right.
That's not what the
and then
Bible
tell
said at
everybody,
all.
oh, I'm taking. Listen. I remember at one point he goes, "Well, since y'all haven't given me enough money to even take my family out for breakfast after church, something. Like, dude, you can't be serious right now. Like, so because we're not paying for you to take your family out for breakfast after church, something's wrong with all of us.
Right.
No, something's wrong with
you. Like, people really got it twisted. And I don't know. Like, I'm just going to continue to do my part. That's all I can do,
Yeah.
But again, that really bothered me when people are like, all she do is talk about people. And it's like, I don't talk about people. I talk about their actions and what they're doing with God's
You should be talking about these people. Like, if more people called out these people, there'd be less of them.
Yeah.
If more people put these people on blast, people would think twice before they let craziness come out of their mouths.
In the church.
Why don't your kids say crazy stuff to you? Because they know, oh, there's going to be retribution behind this craziness that comes out of my mouth right now, so I better not say it.
You will get slapped.
It's the same exact thing in a congregation. If he knows my congregation ain't going for this, they will all walk out this door.
Yep.
They will talk down on me.
Yep.
So I'm not going to say this.
Right.
But they don't. They know they can say craziness.
And go
next
viral.
Sunday, there'll be even more people in the church
you
trying to
went viral.
see what he's doing next.
I don't know, y'all. The internet really...
Stop giving these fake pastors your hard-earned money. Unless they are proving to you that there is something that they're doing that's different. If you can sit there and go, you know what, this guy is out there, feeding the homeless and doing things that benefit my community with this money, then there should be no reason to give it. None.
Franny says, and people judge the pastors who have a past but renewed themselves and call them bootleg pastors. That's sad. Yeah, that's exactly what happens, you know? Or there's this thing where people will call you a hypocrite because you decided to change your life today, but last year you was doing something
Those are the pastors
completely
you should
different.
want, though.
Exactly.
Because they've seen something.
Not
They've
even
gone through things. So now they can pastor you correctly. They can go, you know what? I was addicted to drugs. Let me tell you how I got out of it so I can try to save you.
Right.
Oh, I was addicted to women. I was addicted to these things. And those are the people that you want around you. The people that have been through it and changed themselves.
Right. The people that have a past.
So they can direct you.
Absolutely.
How can anybody tell anywhere if you lived a perfect life, never did anything wrong? How could you tell me how to get out of my issue?
Oh, you couldn't.
If I'm broke with no food, no nothing, how can you tell me if you've been rich your whole life? How can you tell me how to fix this?
If you've been well off. Right.
Right.
Like, what have you gone through?
Yeah.
I made a video about that. I actually think I clipped it out. Like, people, God gives testimonies. Like, that's evident. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Your testimony is going to help somebody else. It's not about us. Like, what we go through, what we're going through right now, every situation that is falling on us and falling on our shoulders,
Yep.
and we're suffering through some things and all of that, that's not for us. It's
Right.
for somebody else, ultimately. Everything that we suffered up until now was for people to hear on this channel. You get what I'm saying? Like, it was that brokenness, what the test or what the trials did.
Yep.
It broke us.
Yep.
So when people are broken, we'll be able to help them put themselves back together.
Also, I just want to point this out. I don't know why this just popped into my head, but listen, when you reach a point and you've come to a roadblock or a wall that you feel like is being put up in front of you and you just can't get over this wall, there's always another way around. Like, if you've got to the door and the door is locked, go check all the windows. Look, like, there's always another way. So if you're sitting there feeling like you're just stuck in a situation and you just can't, listen, find another way. There is always another way. Sometimes the straight path forward isn't for you. You got to go maybe for a couple of 3-4 different paths before you get to back to the main path. But there is always
Another way. And that's fact.
Don't ever let anyone don't ever listen to anybody when they tell you that that's just it for you.
Yep, that's a motto in our house.
Yes.
You can't we can't, with our children, there's almost 6 and 5, or almost 6 and 8. And we've told them since they can even comprehend, go figure it out. Go problem solve it. Go figure it out. And if you can't figure it out on your own, then we'll help you.
Yes.
But you need to figure this out on your own.
If the door is locked, check the windows.
There's always
Go to
another
the
way.
back door. Check to see if there's a hole in the roof. One way or another, you can get in. It's just you have to be determined and willing to put the work in to get in.
Right? Like, a lot of people are like, I want to be successful. I want to be successful. So for some people, college, that door closed in your face. That wasn't for you. There's another way for you to be successful.
Yes.
There's another way for you to make money.
Absolutely.
There's another way for you to, see your first 6 figures. There's another way.
Yep.
You just have to figure it out.
Yep.
So that was...
And hard work always wins. Pray, work hard, and love everything. Love everyone, even the people that do you dirty. And I'm not saying to go around these people and be friendly with them. No, you could love them from a distance, but don't let anybody turn your heart cold.
Say that. Keep going.
Don't let anybody turn your heart cold. Love everyone around you. Work hard, and there is nothing. I don't care what it is. If you want to be a billionaire, if you do those simple things, pray, love everyone, and work hard, you will get to your goal.
If it's in God's will to be a billionaire, but
I'm just saying, whatever it is that you're,
right. That
whatever
was just an
goal
example,
you
y'all.
have.
Look, but some people will take that literally.
No, and the problem is that everybody bases success on money. It's not, success isn't monetary.
Right.
Success is waking up and just feeling happy. Just having a peace. That's success.
Hello, having what?
Peace.
It's nothing like a what? Say it.
Peace.
Peace of mind.
Like that. It's not monetary. I hate when people judge everything by monetary standards. If you're happy, you're successful. If you're loved, you're successful.
Because there's a lot of people with money that are not loved, that do not have peace.
Most people
With money don't have peace.
with money don't have peace.
Because they up doing what? Stressing about how they gonna keep it.
Yep. Most people that don't have that have money aren't loved. Not in the way that you should be. So I don't know. Listen, y'all do what you got to do, but I just literally gave you every step that you need to be successful.
You spoke that. So I was listening to one of the clips. I've been listening to my lives to clip them out for shorts, and there was the one that I was talking about how I've worked too hard on my heart in order to allow racism to ever affect how where I'm going to spend eternity. You
Right.
get what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people do not love their neighbors like they should.
Absolutely.
It does not say do not. It does not say, you know, only love people that look like you in the
Right.
Bible. That's not what it says. It said love.
How you gonna fix racism with racism? With more racism?
Exactly.
I'm gonna fix hate with more hate.
Exactly. And that was the and this is what it's come to. I read something, it was like this school year there's gonna be layoffs and they're gonna start firing the white teachers first. And I'm like, what sense is that making?
Right.
That's no different than firing the
But
black
you know what
people
though?
first.
That's just trying to get people riled up.
Yeah.
Like it's all about disinformation now and what gets you emotional. If they can get you emotional, they can get in your pockets.
And you know what, like every single day, again, like on the internet, I'm reminded that I'm in an interracial marriage. And I don't
hardly think
care.
I hardly think about it.
Yeah, and I don't care, but they'll put it in your face. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's constantly comments about it.
Calling you a race traitor.
Yeah, I don't know what they call us, but I don't care.
I could care less.
Because I've never lived my life for anybody but me.
Never.
And a lot of people are going to be on their deathbeds miserable because they did not live life the way they wanted,
Yeah.
but that they lived life according to what other people wanted them to do.
Yep.
I've never been like that in my life. I'm just going to always do what I wanted to do. Consequences and all. Like, I was
too.
going to always do what I wanted to do.
Me too.
You know what I mean?
And if there's bad consequences behind it, I'll take that.
Thank you.
Take that.
It
Yep,
just is
sure
what it
will.
is.
Yep. And now
Yep.
we're to the point in our marriage where people just know, like we were talking about this the other day. People just know now. Like, oh, they're just together. That's the one. Those two are never gonna get separated. Like when you see the one, you see the other.
Right.
There's never a situation, and when there is a situation where I'm, by myself or she's by herself, they'll ask, like, hey, where's your wife? And I'll be like, oh, she didn't feel like coming.
Right.
Oh, like, so.
It ain't what you think. Like, yeah, like a lot of people are going to send themselves to hell just based off of not loving their neighbors. And I'm not going to hell for nobody. I'm not going to hell for no white person. And deep-rooted issues from 400 years ago when we
Yep.
got here during slavery.
Yep.
I'm not going to hell for no black person who, is in my family member,
Yep.
can't stop blurting out things. I'm not going to hate you.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
not going to keep hating people. I'm not doing that. Mm-mm.
And
I'm not going to hell for y'all.
Look at we were talking
Sorry.
about this the other
Not
day
happening.
with our neighbors, okay? And how people can live on the street for 20 years and have no idea who their neighbors even are. And I'm the type where if I see my neighbor, I'm going to say hello. I'll small talk with them for a minute, because I know that if something goes wrong, I can go next door to my neighbor and go, hey, can I borrow a
Blah, blah, blah.
tool? Can I, and my neighbor knows, like I have a neighbor next door that comes over and asks me to fix her house.
Yep.
Like, and a lot of times I'll do it because she's an older lady and it's just the right thing to do.
Right.
But in return, this lady came over. I didn't even know she knew my birthday. Like I still don't even know how she knew it was my birthday.
Yeah.
And brought
Maybe
a
you
card
too.
over with a
Yeah.
gift card in it. Like it's just
A $50 gift card. At
yeah,
that.
to go out to eat. I took my family out to
Perfect.
eat. Like she didn't have to do that. So it's if you do little things for people, it goes a long way.
Right.
And when you're in a bind, you're in a jam, a lot of times you can reach your hand out because of things you've done in the past. You can reach your hand out and go, "Hey, can I, ask for a little bit of help?"
Never mind all of the baby clothes that she's been
Oh,
bringing over.
yeah, bunch of baby clothes and buying baby stuff and like lady, you don't have to listen. I do this stuff because I want to. I'm not doing this stuff because I want anything from you. But
And I think that
enough,
she's doing the same thing. Like, I
Yeah.
don't want nothing from you. I'm just doing it, you know? So you got to be very careful how you treat people. And again, both my neighbors are white,
old white people.
coming to bring
Yep.
little old me some baby clothes.
Yep.
I think that our neighbor over here cuts our front lawn because of me,
Yep.
not because of you. He
Nope.
know you can cut it.
Yep.
He cuts it because of me. Like,
Yep.
and again, like, I'm not blocking my blessings for nobody either.
But again, that goes towards that
I'm
goes
just
back
not
to
gonna
what
do
I was
that.
saying about success in the three things. Love. Yeah, love doesn't mean hugging and kissing on people. It means treating people right.
Yep.
Treating them how you want to be treated. If you do that, that's love. And so what if people did you wrong?
Right.
So what? That's for them to have to deal with.
Yep. Who are you?
Who cares what people think of you? That's not your business. None of it's your business. You keep doing you. Because a lot of times when people are hating on you, it's because of something they lack themselves, and you should really feel bad for that person.
Yep.
You should really feel sorry for them. Try praying for them. Lord, I know they hate me, but it's obviously something they're lacking that makes them feel that way towards me.
I've had to do that.
Yes.
And it was
I've
hard.
had to encourage you to do it.
And it was hard.
Wife, you have to be the bigger person.
Yep.
Now, I can't, listen, she'll tell, I don't want to be the bigger person.
I do not want to be the bigger person.
But guess what?
That
You
was-
have to be. Because
Yep.
no one but you will be the bigger person. Because they sure aren't going to do it.
Yep.
So what is it going to hurt?
Yep.
What's it gonna? Is
And
it gonna
God
kill you?
expects us to be the bigger person.
Every single time, not sometimes, every time.
Yep.
And it might. And I'm not telling you to let anyone walk all over you.
No.
Do not do that.
No.
Put your foot down in a situation, but do it the right way.
100%.
When you get home, you make sure that you add that when you are in your prayer, you make sure you call that person out in it.
And I'm talking about crying tears. Like, I am sick of this. I do not want to be the bigger person, Lord. I am tired of this and this and this and that. Like, why do I always have to bend and forgive and all of these things? And God's like, why not you?
Yep.
Who are you? I had to forgive. I had to go to the cross for these people
Yep.
that spit on me, beat me, all of these things. And if you say you love me, then your life has to look like me.
Yep.
And that's the hard truth right there. I'm like, all right. It wasn't easy. It's still not easy to love people, in spite of who they are.
Right.
But, it's just something that's required of us.
Yep. And at the end of the day, when we're here on this live and sitting here and whenever we get on here, we're here telling you the things that we're doing.
Or
that
have
we're
done.
actively doing or have done. So we're not telling you this because, it sounds good. We're telling you this because we've gotten somewhere doing it.
Exactly. And this is what works. And this is what God is requiring of us. So if he's requiring it of us, he's requiring it of you.
Yep.
To shut your mouth sometimes. To forgive sometimes.
It's
And
very easy, though, to let hate just engulf you.
Even in a marriage.
Yes.
Let's talk about that. Like, even in a marriage, if you are married to someone and you're in the same home, and there are feelings that can fester.
Absolutely.
And the next thing you know, you got a big, huge infection that's pussing and bleeding
Yep.
and goozing and stinking. All because you didn't forgive.
Yep.
All because you didn't forgive. That's why the Bible says love has no record of wrong. I have to remind myself of that sometimes.
You can be angry with someone,
100%.
but be angry with them, and then but don't keep carrying it along with you.
Right.
Be angry for an amount of time. Set an amount of time for yourself. Go, you know what? I'm going to allow myself to be angry for an hour. I'm gonna be mad as can be. But once that hour is over, I gotta leave this behind, because guess what? It's not doing anything to the other person. It's breaking you down.
Yep.
It's corroding your heart. It's literally forming just one layer of stone around it. And this person's not feeling that way.
Yep. And that stone is called resentment and regret.
Yep.
And all of those things. And you gotta let it go.
Yep.
That's why a lot of people be like, oh, I want to be married. I want to be married. Are you mature enough to be married?
Yep.
Because marriage is hard in the aspect of the spiritual stuff. The forgiving.
Yep.
And the not holding on to stuff. And you know what I mean? Like, it takes a big person to do those things.
And you can replace that word marriage with my parents, even my kids. Like, you can replace the word marriage with any situation you want, and it's the same exact thing.
Yep. Yep.
So don't think just because
That's
she's
true.
saying marriage, and you're not married, we're not talking to you.
No, we are.
We're talking to you.
Especially because if you want to be married, you better listen to what I'm talking about.
Right.
You better
and then
listen.
The test for things sometimes comes through your family. You might not be married right now, but you're going to have to go through something with your family. And then when it comes up in your marriage, you can go, oh, I know how to deal with this. I dealt with it already, and this is how I came out of it successfully with my family. So now I'm going to come out successfully through my marriage doing the same thing.
Right. So if your parent does something, or if your child does something, you have to forgive. It's going to be hard.
Yep. And know that it does not matter. Anyone can change. Don't sit there and hold something against somebody. I don't care if you're 100 years old. If you want to change, you can change. And it doesn't take forever. It takes literally when you wake up the next morning, you can change.
Yep.
That day.
Yep.
If you mess up in the morning, you can change by nightfall. All you have to do is, and I've done this many a times, I will mess up, do something real dumb, be called out on it from my wife, take some time and think it over and go, man, is she right? Oh man, she is right. I can't do that again. Go back to her and go, you know what, after I thought about it for a minute, you're right, I'm wrong. I'm going to change that. And then work on that moving forward. Know that when the situation comes up, oh, this is a test. Let's see if I can pass it. Now, you might not pass it the first time. You might not pass it the second time.
Hello.
But you keep at it enough, you'll pass it.
You'll figure it out.
And I don't care how old you are. Don't feel like, oh, I'm 65. I can't change. I'm stuck in my ways. No, that's your excuse.
Yep.
That's the excuse you're using to stay in the rut you are.
Yep.
Don't let excuses keep you down in a hole. Say, you know what? I've done this for X amount of years.
Yep.
I'm tired of doing it. Something's got to give.
Like, you just stuck in your ways.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
What
I
kills
can't
me is
stand
when you
that.
hear people go, oh, well, you can't teach old dogs new tricks.
Like, yes, you can.
No, yes, you can.
You can stop biting people for one.
Right. You're
Old
using
dog.
that as an excuse.
Old dog.
Right. It's either you're lazy and don't feel like you want to change it, or you like it.
You like being mean.
You like it. You don't care.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest. Right. You like being mean. You don't care.
You like, not
like-
taming your tongue.
Right.
Hurting people's feelings.
You like being depressed.
Yep.
You think that somehow it makes people feel bad for you. When in reality, they're like, people get around you, go, oh, I can't stand being around this black cloud. Yeah, every time I walk away from her, I feel depressed.
Yep.
You should literally want people to walk away from you feeling better.
feeling lighter.
that they came in contact with you.
Absolutely.
And you're not going to feel like that all the time, and it's not going to happen all the time. But that's what you should be striving for.
Right.
When people come up to you, they feel a little less burdened.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't be people's burden.
Mm-hmm.
When no matter what, even if listen, there are people that we all can't stand. Like, oh, I can't stand this person, drives me crazy. But put your smile on. Don't let that person know that you can't stand them. Because eventually,
Sometimes that's hard too.
yeah, all these things I'm saying aren't easy.
Mm-hmm.
They never are.
Mm-hmm.
Doing the right is way harder than doing the wrong. Doing the wrong is so simple.
It's easy.
It
It's fun
feels
usually.
so good. It fits you like a glove.
Fun.
Yes.
Feels good.
Right. Yeah. It feels so good to do wrong.
And then use the excuse, oh, this is just who I am.
Right. Use the excuses. This is just who I am. No, that's not who you are.
No. And that's not what God is requiring of you.
Uh-uh.
He's saying, come up. You've
Right.
been a Christian too long to be still nasty and mean and
Right.
bitter and evil. And you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, just nasty.
Why do you think drugs make you feel great?
Because they're bad.
Because they're bad for you.
They're bad for you.
They're the wrong thing. But
Right.
God, do some of them just make you feel so wonderful.
Yep.
Walking on heaven, walking on clouds. But it's the wrong thing.
Right.
It's so much harder to do the right thing. But the payoff in the end is so
Yes.
much bigger.
Absolutely.
I can't tell you, guys, listen, I can't tell you how good I feel inside being the best husband I can be for my wife. I can't tell you, she'll look at me sometimes and I can tell what she's thinking, and I can see the pride in her eyes, especially when we're around people. And something will happen and come up, and everybody will look to me to fix or solve a problem, and I see it in her, I can see her eyes light up. And that took a lot of hard work to get there. It took me to shake off a lot of stuff. It took countless hours of frustration and aggravation, but the payoff to turn around and see my wife's face when we're in situations like that is so worth it. And it was hard to get there. The payoff is always worth it. Mm-hmm. You cannot get to love without a little bit of pain.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. It's just the way it works.
It's a thin line between what?
Love and hate. Yep.
They didn't lie. That's actual factual information. Like,
but I use that reference with my wife because people will look at you that way. And it doesn't have to be your wife. Your mother can look at you with pride. Your kids can look at you with pride when you're doing the simple things.
Yep.
Treating people right. Acting right.
Okay. I'm gonna, come on. Keep going.
Conducting yourself in the right way. Carrying yourself correctly. Dressing appropriately. Your kids, your family, your mother, your father will look at you with the same pride. Your God
Hello.
will look at you in the same and go, that's my kid.
Thank you. It's not easy. It didn't feel good. It took a little while for you to forgive, but you did it, and I'm proud.
Yep.
It's no greater feeling than God
None.
being proud of you, and you'll know that God is proud of you because it'll be a subtle little blessing. Somebody random can say, you know what? I don't know you, but I'm proud of you.
Yep.
And that's how God works. But since we're here, let's talk about Russell Wilson.
Oh boy.
Since we're talking about, being proud of someone just doing the right thing, dressing right, being right. There is this guy. What is his name?
Channing Crowder.
Channing Crowder. Listen.
Listen, we were having this debate in the hot tub the other night.
We were having a debate, and we were talking about Russell Wilson. and how this Channing Crowder guy, he said that Russell Wilson was a square.
And
I got offended. Because first of all, none of us really know him.
right.
However, what we do know is that he's not in the spotlight, crashing vehicles, having drunken nights,
Right.
doing this, doing that, always in the media for the wrong things. Instead, he's in the media.
Laying on a table asking somebody to do something baby style.
Exactly. He's not Deshaun Watson it up. He's not doing none of that.
Woo.
But what he is a representation of is family,
Yep.
a loving husband,
Yep.
a leader,
No, he does it all right.
a leader in the football. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
in the football realm.
But not even in the football realm. Is it in the man spectrum?
As a man, taking care of another man's child
As his own.
as his own. Like, bro,
Yep. Can't get no more better
you
than that.
can't get better than that. As far as a woman, I look at my son and I say, give me the square. I would love for my son to be the square. If he's being a loving husband, a loving father, doing what he has to do, a stand-up citizen, don't have a jail record, I'll take that.
Right. See now,
Channing Crowder.
I was wrong. I agreed with him, and I
Who
was
do you
wrong.
think you are?
I said I would never want to hang around him, like, and I was wrong. At the end of the conversation, when we were done with it, and after wife went through the things and talking about the good points, I was wrong.
Like, as a man,
Yeah.
that's what a woman should desire.
Yep. You shouldn't want the knucklehead.
You should want a square.
Right. Yep.
If I'm being honest, my husband is not perfect.
Nope.
You technically are a square. I mean, you're not like. I think that they're talking about his character.
I am. I used to not be.
Listen. You are not a square. You just matured.
Yeah.
Into a grown man.
Yeah.
And that's what I respect about you.
I think that's the problem though. It's Channing Tatum is
Crowder.
or Crowder. I
Not
do
Magic
that
Mike.
all the time. I do
Not
that
Magic
constantly. I think that he hasn't. A lot of guys still want to live like they're teenagers and in their 20s still. They still want to be wild in the life of the party.
Yeah, like my flesh wanted to shoot a fair one with him. Because who are you, like, to call this man that's handling his business a square?
Right.
Who are you? And then on top of it, the next season or the next episode, he's talking about how him and his wife. Sorry, I'm stuttering. He and his wife go to nude beaches
Yeah.
and do all of this crazy stuff.
like,
and you calling him a square?
Right.
He ain't known for none of that in the limelight.
Yep.
He's not known for none of that, other than supporting his wife.
Right.
You know what I mean? Doing
Taking
the
care of
right
his
things.
kids.
He might be into something crazy. We'll
But you
never
don't hear
know.
about it.
We'll never know.
Right. LeBron's like that too, though, on the low.
Right. You don't hear nothing crazy about him.
Nope. Nope.
You don't hear nothing crazy about what wild sex fetishes he has.
Right, you don't.
So is he a square too?
Yeah, right. I think what he was saying was it's how he presents himself. Like sometimes, like people don't look at LeBron and go, "Oh, he's acting goody goody." Like
Yeah.
he was the teacher's pet.
Mm-hmm.
Like they look at LeBron and go, "Oh, he's just doing all the right things. He's saying all the right things. There's never any scandals about him."
So it's just different
It's
when
just-
it comes to Russell.
Yeah, people look at Russell and they're like, "Oh, you're
A goody two shoes.
yeah, like
That's not
you the
him.
teacher's pet. You were the kid bringing the teacher an apple every day,
And so they try to bully him,
yeah, they
even
you
though
know,
he's doing what's right.
right.
I don't like that.
Nah, I mean, and we need to.
He made me want to shoot a fair one because I'm hormonal. Listen,
we need to re-examine.
I'm growing. I'm hormonal, and it really made me mad.
We need to re-examine what the definition of a man is. That's
Exactly.
the problem.
What is the definition of a man?
That somebody who takes care of his family, his children, and puts himself last and puts everybody else, all his family members first.
What about the people who don't? What about the men who don't have like a family yet?
I don't know. I don't think you really reach.
You're not a man.
You reach manhood until then.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
I
agree.
also don't think that you really fully become a man until you lose your father. Like it changed me when I lost my father. It changed priorities for me. Like there was no longer my father there to take care of the problems.
Right. Clean up the mess.
Right. And now it was up to me to do it.
Right. So even though you were a young man, you
Yeah.
were much younger, and you were cleaning up the messes and all of these things because you didn't have your father, you still were very immature.
Oh
when
yeah,
we
I'm
got
not.
married.
Well, no. I'm not saying
No,
that
no,
I
no.
was a man.
I know. I'm just stating facts. But I feel like definitely 100% a man does not become, well, a male does not become a man until he has a family.
Yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
And listen, we were talking about this the other day. When you are a man and you decide, okay, I'm going to get married, even though you have children with this woman,
Yep.
you marry her.
Yep.
You walk out on your family because you're feeling the weight
Oh yeah.
of what it is to be a man.
Yep.
So instead of enduring that pressure, you bail. You walk away. You run. And then
Pressure creates diamonds.
yes.
Everything good always begins with pressure. Always. Even look at
Some men run from that pressure.
but those aren't real men.
Right, they're still boys.
They're
They
still
want to,
children.
When I was a child, I
Yep.
thought as a child.
Yep.
But when I became a man, I thought as a man.
Like listen, a man isn't somebody who has multiple partners and playing little games, and those are things that children do. Those are teenage games. Like a man is dedicated to something, stands for something, stands on purpose and principle. You can ask my wife, even dumb things. There's a principle about me, and my wife will go, "But just do whatever. It's not that big of a deal," and I will not do it on principle. Period.
Off GP.
Like just this is the way I see it, and I will not bend to it.
Yep.
This is what it is to me, and that's that.
Yep.
And I will not get off of it.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter. Your wife could be like, it could be something dumb. It could be something trivial. There could be a price on something.
I was gonna say yep. Okay.
And I will off principle go, absolutely not.
Or if I say
I'll wait.
If I say, husband, wear this plaid shirt.
Oh.
Or if I say, wear these color shorts, he'll be like,
No.
absolutely not.
No.
just offer it. No.
Yep. No.
And then I'm gonna just have to respect
Because
that.
there's principle here.
Right. Okay. So you have a question. The very last question. You want me to read it and you answer it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do men think it's too much to be a man? Is it too much stress, or you think God truly gave you the tools?
I bask in the pressure. I live in it. Every man that I know that's a true man lives for it, wants it, asks for it, needs it, craves it.
To keep going.
Because you have to have it.
Yeah.
Like, I have to be, at all points in times, having to feel that push, because that lets me know that I'm on the right path. I have to feel the weight of it bearing down on me, because then I know that I have things around me that are depending on me to pull this off, and I need it.
So what's a good example? Like, what we'll take, like, bills.
Yeah. Bills, children, just having kids in general.
It gives you that.
Having your wife,
The hustle.
knowing that your wife depends on you, it gives you that drive. Every man needs motivation.
Right.
And that pressure is what gives it to you. So God gives every man what he needs. Now, do some of them fold under it? Yes. But sometimes they force themselves into a situation that they shouldn't be in, and that's why they're folding. Like they shouldn't
wasn't for you.
It wasn't here. It wasn't for you to begin with, and you jumped into it, and now you're reaping the or the of
The
it.
consequences.
So you shouldn't even have did it to begin with. So I can think of one person off the top of my head that got himself into a marriage that he shouldn't have got himself into. He only did it because he was in a situation where the church was telling him to do it, and he
Yep.
did it, and it blew up in his face.
Real bad.
Should have never did it to begin with.
Real bad, yeah.
So, sometimes you put yourself in situations and you fold under it. But when you have become that's when you know you are a man. When you feel that pressure and you're like, okay, you know
And
what?
it's good pressure.
Bring it.
And it's good pressure.
Yep, bring it.
It's not like the one that'll break you down.
I challenge you to try to break me. Please try to break me, because I'm
gonna win every
promise you,
time.
I am going to defeat you. I am going to beat you into the ground every single time.
Yeah. Wow. I keep fumbling. Okay. Wow. So we hit all the points that I wanted to hit today.
No. There was. Oh, experience life. You took it away.
What?
She deleted a. She had a good question or a good she had a good question and she deleted it. Experience
no.
life. Retype that. I was gonna get to it. Actually, I kind of remember it off the top of my head. So, and you can tell me. Yeah, it's she retracted it.
Okay.
She said, well, what do you do when you've done X, Y, and Z and those people aren't proud of you? What you do is you love them from afar and get rid of them.
Hello.
Because they are not for you.
Hello. That was my problem.
Not everybody that, listen,
That was me.
Just because they're your family doesn't mean they're for you.
Yes. I had to learn that.
There will be strangers that come into your life that will fill that void, that gap.
And treat you better than your family.
And will treat you better than them.
Much better.
So what you do is you maneuver, you get yourself out of that situation, no matter who it is, because what they're doing is they're projecting their negativity, the way they feel about themselves on you. So they aren't feeling proud of themselves. They aren't feeling like they love themselves. So in turn, they're taking it out on you, and you don't deserve that.
And they can't give you something that they don't have.
Correct.
And that was something that I had to understand and realize. It was a point in my life where my husband actually had to talk me off the ledge a lot because of that. My family members were not proud of me. Some still aren't. And I'm more successful than many of them.
Yeah.
Even in their old age. And I've accomplished a lot more. And it's only because of God's grace. And I was expecting people to congratulate me. You know what I mean? When you're young, when I was young, I was expecting them to be happy for me, congratulate me. Oh, I'm getting married. I got hate from it.
Yep.
Oh, I'm starting a business. I got hate from it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm buying a house. Or, oh, I bought a house. I was expecting, well, I kind of got, whatever. But, it was never the reaction that I expected.
Right.
And that really hurt me because all I do is clap for people.
Yeah.
All I've ever done was support people, my people, family people, people who I loved. I was always there supporting. I still am. That's just who I am.
Yeah.
Not those people anymore. You know what I mean? But I just had to learn to forgive and keep people over there. You stay over there. I'm over here. I'm not coming to the function. Oh, no. I'm not coming to the function. I'm not, pulling up. Like, you'll see me when you see me.
Right.
And then a lot of times, people know. People know exactly why you aren't coming around.
Oh,
people know exactly what they did. They know exactly what they said when you weren't there.
Yep.
And again, God will give you that discernment. I know exactly what you people say when I'm not around. You don't got to tell me. It'll come out, but I already know. So, love them people from a distance, baby.
Yep.
And you'll feel a lot better. A lot better. I gotta, Amelia says, this is why I don't fool with relatives. For a good bit of them saw me as a threat.
Yep.
And see, the whole time, people will view you as a threat, and you don't see people as no threat. That's not in you. That's not who you are. And people can't understand that. You know what I mean? Like, you view me as a threat. That's a you problem.
Right.
I love you.
Yep.
Genuinely. So we genuinely get hurt behind it. You know?
Yep.
Experience Life says, it's the same thing for me. A particular person in my family, close family member, never thought I would make it through high school. Today, grace be to God, I have my bachelor's degree.
See?
You know what? Don't tell me what God won't do. Because one thing about God, he'll put it in their face.
Yep.
He'll put it right in their face. And you know what?
So you need to look at
Well,
that
that just
close
made me
family
happy.
member and feel sorry for them
Yes.
because they know you're above them. They know you've now surpassed them, and now they're feeling bad about themselves, and they're taking it out on you.
And you don't have to come down on them.
Nope.
You don't have to be mean to them.
Nope.
You don't have to be nasty.
You just
don't
need
have
to feel
say
bad.
things.
You need to feel sorry. And you know what, God, please bless the hole they have in their heart. Please, God, please heal it. Because I don't want to see anybody feel bad, about themselves.
Yep. Listen, period. Franny says, this is confirmation from my cousin. I need to let her know this. She gets it the worst. Absolutely. Like, don't allow people, again, to keep you from what's for you.
Right.
If you would have really, like, took that to heart, they think I'm not going to finish high school. You could have, like, really implanted that in your heart and not finished high school.
Yep. Sure could have.
But you didn't allow that, and I'm proud of you.
Right.
We're proud of you.
Absolutely.
You didn't
we
allow
are.
what them people thought about you to affect who you were. You rose way above that.
Yep.
I'm proud of you. I love that.
Absolutely.
I love a good underdog story.
Me too.
Every single movie, I'm like, yes, to the underdog, because that's what I've been.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And sometimes, listen, if no one else is proud of you, don't worry about that. You be proud of you.
Proud of yourself.
You be proud of you. You take a look around and see all the bodies that have dropped around you, and yet you're still standing.
Yep.
Sometimes it's good for you to just sit there and turn around and take an inventory of yourself and go, you know what? I don't care what people think. I don't care what people say. I'm proud of me.
Yep.
That's all you need sometimes.
I'm doing the right things. I'm
Right.
breaking generational curses. I'm doing what I have to do.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm pouring into myself.
You
Yeah,
should
that part.
stand up, thank God, and pat yourself on the back. Experience life.
And it don't have nothing to do with pride and
Absolutely
arrogance.
not.
That's just simply
Loving yourself.
loving yourself, getting through. You made it through. Like, what better feeling?
And nobody is gonna love you like you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. And you know what? We're going to end soon. And before, I want to end with this. Someone close to me passed away yesterday. 29 years old. Came home from work, laid down. His girlfriend went to go wake him up. And she thought he was playing, so she was just like, okay, I'll just come back. She came back a little while later. And at this point, he was purple. And at that point, she called, she checked his pulse and everything and called the people. They pronounced him dead at the scene. And this was yesterday. So I've just been thinking endlessly about how you never know. You never know when it's your time.
Never.
You can go to sleep one day and not wake up.
Yep.
Are you ready for eternity? And a lot of people are taking it as a joke. And it hurts me to know that he wasn't a saved person. You know what I mean? Like it hurts me when someone dies and they don't know Jesus in the pardon of their sins.
Yep.
Because people play around with eternity.
Yep.
People play around with heaven. People play around with hell and think that it's just a joke and just a free for all, and it's not.
Nope.
It's very real.
Yep.
And you don't understand just how real until your body or your spirit is just falling
Yep.
into the abyss. Like until your spirit is just falling. You want to stop falling. You want to stop. You know what I mean? Stop yourself, but you can't. What type of that's torment alone, just for you to just be falling and falling and falling. And I think that it's crazy that all of these artists, they'll put it in their music videos where they're just falling.
Yeah.
That's not funny.
No.
Like, that's not funny at all. Why are you falling in this video?
Yep.
You get what I'm saying?
Even
and that's
in
what
the
this
lyrics.
listen, in the lyrics, it was just in Chris Brown video. He was just falling and they made it look cool. That's not how it's gonna feel.
Nope.
You're going to wish you can stop yourself from falling into the pits of hell.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, I've just been thinking about it constantly. And then what could you say?
Right.
I said, Lord, bless his soul.
Yeah.
But what else could I say?
Yeah.
The decisions that we make on this side of life
Absolutely effective.
is what affects that side of life.
Absolutely.
So nothing that I pray is going to matter.
Nope.
If you making bad decisions on this side.
Yep.
You know what I mean? If you're not submitting your flesh to Christ on this side, if you're not loving people on this side, if you don't know Christ on this side,
Absolutely.
if you're not living right, if you're not doing right, if you're not making a cautious decision to live right, then in hell you will lift up your eyes. And it's that simple. So, with that being said, we're going to pray out and call it a night. Again, like, what?
No, keep going.
Again, I'm, okay. What time is it?
It's 9:53.
Okay.
I was just
Okay.
gonna run if you didn't want to come.
No, I'll come. I'm dressed. So thank you guys for your condolences, but honestly, don't thank me.
We all get it. We all got to get our lives together.
Don't thank
and
me.
Keep them together.
Yeah, don't thank me, or don't give me your condolences. Just please give me the peace knowing that you're trying. Give me peace knowing that you aren't blatantly in sin. You know what I mean?
And we actually care about y'all.
Yes.
Like, we talk about you guys. We might not even know your real names.
Yes.
We will use your screen names, and we are forever talking about you guys to each other.
Yeah, we
You know,
talking
we
about
sit there and go,
experience life. Like,
I hope
stuff
I
like
hope they're
that.
doing okay, or we like we'll bring up experience life. Wow, she should be really proud of herself. Well, we'll be talking to each other about you guys.
Yeah, like,
we want to see you guys go to the right place.
yes, please don't give me no condolences. Please just give me that peace, y'all, because I don't have peace knowing that, from yesterday.
Right.
I don't have that.
And
but
it
again,
could
if
be-
I can help you guys
It could be any of us who thinks that we're just going to lay down to take a nap and not wake up.
and not wake up,
A nap.
a nap.
That simple thing
Yeah.
that we've all done. Man, I'm tired. I got to lay down for 15
I
minutes.
just did it before this live.
And never wake back up.
And it's happening and people are leaving here. Like, please, just please take this serious. That's all I ask. I'm going to try not to get emotional because I've been emotional. I'm going to just pray. Lord Heavenly Father, I thank you. I thank you for your grace. I thank you for your mercy. I thank you for this live, Father God. I thank you for each and every soul that showed up to this live, Father. I thank you, Lord God, for keeping us and guiding us and watching over us, Father. Father God, as I mourn today, I ask that you would touch the people on this live, Father, that they may walk after your ways, that they may choose you. It said reconnect. See how the enemy is just busy. I just gave such a really good.
Yeah.
I gave a really
It
good.
started as soon as you started praying.
Really?
Yeah.
Why didn't you
went
look
out.
at my thing?
I did look.
You know what? I'm not even gonna worry about it. I gave a really good prayer. Just know that y'all covered. In Jesus' name, amen.
Still not on to me.
That's crazy. All right.
There we go. Now you're back.
It's okay. I'm gonna get off.
All right.
All right. I love you guys. I prayed for y'all long and hard.
Yep.
It was a really good one too. I can't believe that just went out. The enemy be busy, whatever. But God bless you guys. Love you.